Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video I wanted to talk about what it's like to have the sun, trine, or sextile to the moon in Synastry. This might be one of the most favorable aspects to have. It's not quite as potent or powerfully attractive as the sun-moon conjunction or the opposition, or even the square, even though we're attracted because we're very different in that one. But it's so harmonious that the two personalities can really get along well together, as far as living together in the day-to-day and having similar hopes and dreams and goals and like moving in the same direction in their life. The two people can really feel like they're on the same page and they're understood by one another. The sextile is going to be a little bit more active, where maybe we do notice that actually we're a bit different, but we're compatibly different. We're different in a harmonious way with the sextile. With the trine, it's just going to be so inborn that there's a lot of like agreement and nodding along and thinking, yes, you've got the right idea about this. The sun person in this synastry can really teach the moon person a lot. The sun person's leadership is really respected by the moon person, and the moon person feels like the way the sun expresses themselves and their purpose is just so in alignment with what feels emotionally good for the moon person. So the moon person really feels a lot for the sun person and just naturally gives to them and nurtures them and harmonizes with them. So still with the trine and sextile, you're going to see that the sun is more of the leader, more of the shining one, and potentially even kind of like a teacher to the moon person. The sun is the masculine in this sense, right? And the sun could be a woman or a man, it doesn't matter, or whatever you identify as, right? Whatever. Like the sun is the leadership principle in this aspect. And the moon takes on the more nurturing, caretaking role. And yeah, with that being said, the moon person really feels like the sun person can give life to their dreams. Like the moon in our natal chart can really represent what we need to feel emotional fulfillment, and the sun person in this aspect is like the living embodiment of what can really help us with that. And we're different enough with the trine and sextile that we still find each other exciting, and it's still like a little bit of growth here, but it's so harmonious that we generally can get along well. And you could have like other nasty stuff going on in the synastry, but if you've got the sun, moon, trine, or sextile, it can really, it almost like makes you look at the other person like, you know, maybe we have some different ideas, but this person is all right, you know, because the sun and the moon are the brightest light in the natal chart, the, you know, biggest energy that we have. So when they're making an aspect like this that is positive and easy, it's just very beneficial to have. It's very comfortable, potentially even more so than the sun-moon conjunct, because with the sun-moon conjunct, it's such a powerful conjunction that it's bringing up everything that is there for moon person and sun person. Like they have to deal with their sun-moon issues, right? So like just let's say in the natal chart, you've got like moon squaring a bunch of planets or whatever, that sun person sun conjuncting that is activating all of that for you, and so that could potentially be more difficult, although it's like a stronger aspect. With the trine or the sextile, we get this gentleness of healing, right? So the sun moon aspect really can show a lot of familial patterns being healed. So like the sun can represent the father, the moon can represent the mother. The sun, you know, represents our basic identity and ego in the world, and the moon represents our inner feeling feminine self. So this aspect can really be healing to the inner child when you have this aspect, especially if you're moon, but even if you're sun too. But if you're sun, you're healing like fathering issues and you're healing your inner masculine. If you're moon, you're healing the childhood and the the inner mother issues that you're having. So it's a very healing aspect to have for the childhood wounds being brought up. Now, all the other aspects are healing as well to the inner child when we have a sun moon aspect. It's just the way that the healing is brought about is not so easy as with the trine and sextile. It's a really easy flow of healing energy when we have the trine or sextile. And yeah, these people can get along good and just genuinely like each other with this aspect. So it's a really good one to have. There's not really anything wrong with it. You can't, maybe it could be a bit too easy at times. You don't necessarily challenge each other with the sun moon in trine or sextile. In synastry, you're not causing huge growth. So you want to look at the rest of the synastry, which, there probably will be more difficult aspects, and that's where you're growing. But as far as sun moon, we're healing because it's so gentle, but it's not like going to promote a huge change of like life direction. You're going to stay on the same path that you generally were on. It's just going to be enhanced. The confidence of both people can be greatly enhanced. For moon, it's because their inner security is really activated with the sun. They feel really safe with the sun. And the sun person's ego and sense of leadership is really enhanced. So the sun person can go on to be more successful in the world, and the moon person goes on to feel more secure and serene. It's just a really beautiful thing. They can really work together well. But like I said, perhaps the only negative thing is like they're not going to necessarily change course of their life with this aspect. They're going to continue on with what they've already got going on because they don't really challenge each other because they're just so compatible and harmonious. This aspect is probably one of the best, and it still produces that level of feeling that we get from sun moon aspects where we really feel like we've met our match. And with this one, maybe we have met our match, and it's like we get the opportunity to have our match in a compatible way. Now, this aspect would be great for friendships, business relationships of all kinds, just feeling understood and feeling really seen by another person. That's a big theme of this, is that you can feel really seen by a person if you have this aspect in synastry. So it's really nice. I'd love to know your experience of this aspect. Was it like this? Was it not like this? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for your requests, you guys. Keep them coming, and we'll talk soon.